Hello, Flosstube. Uh, this is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube update number 159. Today is Saturday, April 24th. I know a lot of people are doing 24 hours of cross stitch this weekend. I am not one of them. This past week, I have only done I FFO'd something, and I don't know if I finished it last week. If I showed the finished last, I think I did. Yeah, I did. But I FFO'd one thing, and I've been stitching on another, and so I've only done one whip, and so anyway, I'll talk about that. We've been very busy here this week. We've had my brother and a cousin and two aunts visiting this week. We had my mother's ashes interred at the cemetery this week, and also my dad's birthday was this week. So we've had lots of family activities all week long. And it's been nice to have relatives visiting. They're all from the Albuquerque area. My brother and my cousin and my aunts all live in Albuquerque. So they've been visiting with us the last several days, and we've gone out to restaurants and gone out we had a lovely picnic yesterday. Was it yesterday? And a cookout and stuff. So we've have lots of things going on. So I've done very little stitching, but I did manage to do some shopping. And so I have a little bit of haul to talk about, and some other stuff. One thing I did I did talk about at the beginning of last week's update, and then I did mention it after that, was Mania, and I still don't know what exactly I'm going to do to participate to do anything in May. I haven't decided yet, but I'll get to that this time. So I did work on FFOing the bookmark that I did for our friend Pastor Byron, and who did the service for my mom. So as a thank you, we had put together a little sort of gift basket thing for him. We found a box at Hobby Lobby, which was very nice, and my sister had made a key chain for him. She showed it on our Sticks and Strings video, and my younger sister had stitched crocheted some coasters for him, and I designed and stitched this bookmark. And so I don't have the bookmark, of course, because I've given it to him. And I was trying to get this so it's not so glary. Sorry. Well, that's not good. There. So this is a picture I took of it. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, and be constant in prayer. So it's Romans 12:12. So getting a little blown out there, but anyway, you get the idea. So I stitched the little border, and I made the cording. Yeah, and so I FFO'd it, and made a picture of. I have used this green gridded fabric for the backing. Anyway, so that's the FFO I worked on this past week, and I do plan to offer the pattern in our Etsy shop. I have some things to work out on putting it on there, because I'm sort of a novice at this. But anyway, this is the pattern, basically. So that's going to be available eventually. If you're interested in making that, you can buy that pattern. So the other thing I worked on this week is the other design I did, and this one I did for my mother, and this is I called it blessed, whatever you want to say, blessed if you're. Oh, excuse me, 1 minute, I just dropped it. Okay, sorry. I threw it on the floor. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Matthew 5:4. I can't read backwards. This will be also in the Etsy shop eventually. I worked on it today because I had made some changes, so I had to sit at the computer and make sure all those changes were in there while I had them in my head. And while my scribbling I had written on the original pattern, I'd scribbled on it. But anyway, so this will eventually be available when I finish it. I haven't finished it, stitching it, but I'm working on it. And I have worked on a font so people can put the names of whoever they want to, names and dates of whoever they want to put on here. And I'm still working on the particulars of that font and PC Stitch. It's Anyway, so this is what I've been working on this week. If you'll pardon the hoop marks. So I, before I had done the words blessed and comforted. And so I got this part here, blessed are those who mourn, the top part. And I had already done the border before, and the grass down here, and the tree. And so I did the leaves on the little willow branches. So it's got some lighter greenish yellow leaves. And so I really just have the words they shall, for they shall be here, and then the reference Romans 5:4. Matthew 5:4, and then the names, the name and dates that'll be backstitched. They go on either side of the tree here, and then it'll be done. So really, hopefully, I can finish it this week. Well, today I went and I had my second COVID shot, so we'll see how I fare with that. Last time, a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, that I had the first shot, I felt fine on Saturday. It didn't hit me until Sunday. So if I follow that same pattern, I might feel bad on Sunday, but should get over it quickly. And I hope to do that because I have another procedure coming up on Thursday, and hopefully my COVID shot won't interfere with that. But we'll see. Remains to be seen. So that's really all I have worked on in terms of that's all I worked on for stitching. I still have some things lined up for the rest of April. So I hope to finish this pattern, and then and then the wolf pattern I talked about last time that I'm working on for my brother. That doesn't have that much to go, but so I'm hoping to finish that soon, and then so for the month of May, I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to do a mania. A lot of people do like a new start every day for however they want to do it. either every day in May. Some people do, which is 31 new starts. That's crazy. And of course, mania. Um, some people do that. Some people do one for every day to match the year. So this is 2021, so they would do 21 new starts. Other people do a whip mania, which I've done in the past. And so again, you can do either 31 whips if you have that many, or 21s for the year, or whatever. So, and I might do that because the other day last week I spent the day basically going through all my whips, putting my whips away, and whatever, and probably because I kept finding, oh, look at this, I started this, oh, look at this, I never finished that. And so I probably have close to 31 whips, if not 30, more than 31, I don't know. So the past 2 years I've done a ship mania. I have 4 tall ship patterns, and the last 2 years I did a week on each of those patterns. And this year I kind of don't want to do that. I still want to finish them, but I don't want to. I don't know that I want to devote the whole month to them. So they might, if I do a whip mania, they would fall in that category, and you know, um, be worked on at least one day during the month of May. But I'm also leaning toward Stephanie Webb of Lindy Stitches, her idea of Stitch Sania, which is you set yourself a goal for the week to work on a whip. And if you meet that goal, you reward yourself by having a new start on the weekend. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I do have some things I want to start. So I don't know if I'm going to start them in May or not. I don't know. I talked about last week about starting Easter presentation and spring scamper, and so I want to do those. I might do those if I finish Blessed and the Wolf. I might start those other two, Easter preparation and spring scamper, in April, before I before I think about what I'm doing in May. So if I start them at the end of this month, then I may go through and see how many whips I have for the month of May and work on them all in some fashion. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll I may make that decision at the last minute. The more options I have, the harder it becomes for me to make a decision. And so, having a lot of whips, I decision making is hard for me. The more options I have, the harder it gets. That's why I can never do those like those coloring books that were for adults that were popular for a while. About 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 5 years ago, when I had my brain surgery. I worked on those, some of those, when I was in the hospital. I have 2 or 3 coloring books and colored pencils, and it was good for me. Hold on one second. I was coloring in those coloring books, and it was good for me in terms of therapy because my right hand was affected by the stroke that I had during the surgery, and so trying to stay in the lines and controlling the colored pencil and all that was good for me. But what was hard for me was trying to decide, well, am I going to make this part purple? And if I make this part purple, then I have to make that part purple. And then, but it's next to, so it becomes kind of like, I can't decide what color I want to use. Whereas like something like cross stitching is easy because somebody else already decided, this is going to be this color. So you just, wherever you see this symbol, it's like paint by numbers, you know. If you see a heart, then all the hearts are this color, and if there's a circle, then all the circles are this color. If there's a square, all the squares are that color. And so it's very, very easy. You don't have to think at all. If you decide to use a different color, that I think it would be impossible for me to do one where you just like choose all your own colors. That would be that would be too hard. I would just go with what's on the pattern. Would you go with those colors? So anyway, like I said, the more options I have, the harder the decisions get for me. So I have not decided what I'm going to do for May. I just have all kinds of options there. Anyway, so that's all the stitching I've got going on. Just I'm still working on Blessed, and I hope to finish it soon. And then the Wolf by Lucille, I hope to finish that soon because that's for my brother for his birthday, which is coming up the end of May. So, and I still haven't FFO'd that owl. Sorry, Rachel. I have it sitting right over there. And also the giveaway for Teresa Chukli. Sorry, I can't say your name right. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's the envelope is sitting over there. We just had so many things going on with our relatives in town that I still haven't gotten to the post office, but I will get it probably on Monday. Get it mailed out. So anyway, like I said, lots going on. I don't know what I'm doing. So, but I did manage to, I'm going to go ahead and talk about a haul now because I did manage to get some shopping done. So at Hobby Lobby, of course, I went ahead and bought this 28 count even weave because it came in a large size, 30 by 36. So this, even though it's 28 count instead of 32 count, it's big enough that it'll work for that spring scamper pattern. So it's white, so I'm gonna go ahead and dye it probably a light blue or something, springish. And I still haven't decided about that yellow for Easter presentation. I think the white that's in the pattern would show up well enough, but I kind of like to make that maybe a green color instead of yellow. I have the yellow fabric, but I might just do it. I have I have more fabric that's the right size. So if I do some dyeing, and make this blue for spring scamper and make something like maybe green. I have to look at the other colors in that pattern to see what would work best. Anyway, so I bought that fabric, and I bought some magnets. I think I talked last time about. Sorry, let me get these unstuck. They're stuck together. I had talked about some little flare buttons I have they have like inspirational quotes, but they're very deep set. And so I got these larger magnets for some of them because I think they will fit better on the back of the button thing, and instead of inside the buttons, so that because they're so deep set in there, I don't have any magnets that are thick enough. Like, I have thought about maybe using the black magnets. People don't like them because of, the potential of putting some kind of stain on your fabric. If they're wiped down, washed down, whatever, they're not going to put anything on your fabric. But but actually with the black magnets, they're actually kind of too big. I don't know, but these are, even though they're large, they're not as thick as the black magnets, so they might work a little better. Oh, sorry, they're very strong. Anyway, I've got a bunch of those, and then I also I saw this in their little clearance section, and I don't really like it by itself, and it's got like a leather uh, letter stuck on there. I don't know if I would take that off or just cover it, with something. And I don't like this little black and white thing or this black edge. So, but it could be painted, right? And it has like a little slot thing. I guess you could, slide it over and hang it or whatever. But I think it would work, like if you just set it on a shelf or something, and So I'm gonna see if that works. Just as a something to finish things with. And then I also some time ago I bought a package of charms that had like a bunch of crosses. And I went ahead and got these they're Stars of David. So I think I'm going to make I have the option then to make some scissor fobs that have crosses on them, and some that have Stars of David. So people can choose what if they want those, something like that. And then I also bought a pair of scissors because I have a scissor addiction. So I have a lot of scissors. I have one in every project, but then you don't have to look for them. So the other thing I want to talk about this a little bit. Just I bought a couple of skeins of green. There's one skein of 500 and one skein of 520. And the reason I bought those is that when I was making that bookmark, I wanted to make the cording for it, and I figured, well, I don't need that much necessarily, and so I was going to make it out of the two green colors that I used on the bookmark, the darker green and the lighter green. And the problem was that once upon a time I was a crazy person, and when I went to bobinate my thread, I would take the whole skein and take it apart, and then bobinate one strand and then put another strand on there, so that each individual strand was put on one strand at a time, 6 times. So I would wind that bobbin 6 times with each individual strand. And so because when I stitched, I almost always, except for backstitching, used, 2 stitches. I mean, 2 threads, right? So I would use one length doubled over because I use the loop method generally. And so, it didn't matter to me that the bobbin was, that each individual strand was wound on the bobbin. But then now that I've done cording, you can't do that because, you know, I couldn't get individual threads of, I mean, you know, individual threads and put them back together. I can't do that. Um, so, so I couldn't use the thread that I had, I think it was five, I don't remember which one it was. Oh, I can look right here. 520 was the darker green. So 520, I had, like I said, I had taken taken the skein apart. So I thought, well, maybe I probably have another skein, another bobbin of 520. No, I don't. I didn't. So I thought, well, okay, 500 will work. It's a little bit darker than 520, but it's close enough that, with the lighter green, it would work to make the cording. So I had the bobbin of 520, and as I was unwinding it and making, the length for the cording, I had followed my little formula of the length times 5, which is what I usually do. And that's probably longer than I really needed, because I had several inches left over. But, better to have too much than too little, right? So I was, measuring out however much length I needed, and I had about this much of the bobbin left. So I needed more, 520, 500. So anyway, that's why I bought those two colors. And then I also bought this pattern. I like this. I don't know that I want to stitch the words down here, but I like the cactuses. And this was on sale, like $5. So I went and got. I don't need another pattern. I need another pattern like I need a hole in the head, but I got it anyway. And this is a kit, so it has 8 cloth and the, what do you call it, threads. And this is by Designworks, by Marianne Savage, which I've done her. I have some of her other things. And then I bought online some items from Tim Holtz. I had talked about this before. That's who did the inspirational quote things. So I one of the things I bought, and I don't know what I'm going to do with these, because these are bigger than I thought they were. Than I was sure about. I wasn't sure what size these were when I was looking at them online, but these are gears. So this one here is a good size for a needle minder. Maybe this one. These two are very large, and they're kind of heavy. They seem kind of heavy. So I don't know what exactly what I'm going to do with these. These two for sure, I think I'm going to make into needle minders. I don't know. They're I don't, but they're interesting. And then these, I think, will make good charms for scissor fobs. These are all kinds of lucky, it says. So there's, this little thing. This is lucky. And there's the 4-leaf clover and a wishbone. There's another 4-leaf clover. Like a ribbon, a prize, star, another 4-leaf clover, and another star. So these, I think, will make good scissor fob charms. And then there's some more little quote things. These are smaller than the ones I had before. These are some are quotes, some are just pictures. They're just little flare buttons. But these are also kind of deep set, I think. So I don't know exactly. Some of them, I think I have magnets that are the right size that would like fit on the outside rim, but not be too thick. So we'll see. I'm going to look at those and see if they'll work. And then these, I think, will make good scissor fob charms also. These are hearts. They're kind of cool looking. And then what I really had gone to look for were the butterfly, and they're flat. They're not like charms that you would hang. So they make really great needle minders. And I had made these into needle minders before, and all 6 of them that we had sold. And then I couldn't find them anywhere. So, I looked online, and because I had bought something from him before, I thought this said Jim Holtz. It says Tim Holtz on the back. Yeah, you can read it better. So I made. Hold on one second. Anyway, so I found these. I had bought something else. Well, when I bought the inspirational quotes and all that kind of stuff, I saw there was a website. So I went on there and I found the butterflies. So I'm going to make those into needle minders. And also I got this little card, E.T.'s World Now is the name of the website that I ordered these from. And I got a 10% off your order. Use code NEWSSTORE. So I'm gonna order sign up for their newsletter and maybe or do some ordering or whatever. So so this Tim Holtz stuff is on that website. So I may do more of that. So anyway, so I have all this stuff I bought. So I better get busy and do something with it. Anyway, so I don't know what I'm going to do for the month of May. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, I guess. I still have a few more days, like another week, to decide what I'm going to be doing. But, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll play it by ear, I guess. Anyway, I'm hoping to, like I said, this week, I'm hoping to finish Blessed and that Wolf, and then we'll see what's maybe a couple of new starts, and then just go from there. I really, 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 really wanted to do those 2 spring charts. I have to find some time to dye some fabric, for a spring scamper and possibly for Easter preparation. So we'll see what happens. So I think that's it for now, and we'll, all our relatives, my brother and my cousin and my aunts left today. We had a little brunch together, and then they all hit the road. My week of all the family and festivities and other things going on is over with. So, but I have a lot of medical appointments and stuff going on next week. So this coming week. So hopefully I'll get some stitching in this weekend and this coming week, and we'll get ready for May in whatever form that takes. So, okay, so that's all I have this week. And hopefully in next week I'll have more going on. But we shall see. We shall see. Okay, so I'll see you next time. And then my sisters and I are going to do our sticks and strings video, I think. Keep an eye out for that. And I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you.